Oh well, neither have I, sadly. We can only hope for a beta as a Christmas present. Um, but, well, just touching upon foreign Starcraft a little, you have been active with the Collegiate Star League, starting with the SE2 GG
Right.
commentator idol that you did, and been commentating some of those games during Season 1 and the uh, show match for Season 2, etc. What is your view upon the foreign scene, both in what's coming right now and, you know, what difference there are between
Sure,
skill
sure.
level and etc.?
Well, if I may make an analogy to history that I do all
Please
the
do.
time, I'd say we are keeping the flame of civilization alive. Like in the Middle Ages, we are basically the monasteries and the churches who are just keeping the flame of StarCraft alive. You know, we're very intense about it, and therefore, we're the only ones who play it. But everyone who plays StarCraft still right now, I'd say, is a big enthusiast because the people who were used to be casual gamers then have moved on to 100 million other games out there. So basically, I think we're kind of just in the Middle Ages. We're like the churches and also in the Arabic world, they kept civilization alive. In the sense of science, Greek and Roman thought, philosophy, all that good stuff. So I think the Renaissance is going to come when StarCraft 2 comes out, and we're going to be, telling everyone how this works again. Like, hey, this is called written text. This is a letter A, and this is a Zergling. This is a drone. See, we remember what a drone is. You guys forgot for 1,000 years.
That is a beautiful analogy, I must say. Let's hope that brings us closer to the Holy Land of Korea, indeed, because with a few exceptions, such as Rhett and Idra, few of us have been allowed to pass those gates. Well,
Right, and it's just like in the Middle Ages, of course. Sorry to interrupt, but Asia has kept the game very much alive. Civilization was doing all right. In China and Taiwan, China and Japan, and Korea at the point. So, kind of similar.
we can sort of see where it's heading, but let's not take the analogy too far. But do you have any comments upon these foreign stars over there, such as
Uh huh.
comment upon the foreign stars
Yeah.
over in Korea, like Rhett and Idra? What do you think of them as players and characters and chances for the future?
Well, I think from what I've seen personally, I've not met Idra. I've met some of the American gamers like G5 and Louder and all that in New York City for the WCG stuff. I don't know. I think they have a very interesting situation. I'm not sure. I have not followed them very closely, and unfortunately, we just don't know if they're going to be able to compete successfully against even the medium to good players in Korea. The difference is they just didn't have the practice from such a young age. But at the same time, if they can manage to get up there, that's great proof that a non-Korean can do it. And with the same, if you give him the same environment, he can do just as well. So I think they do have a little bit to prove, but of course they live their own lives. If they decide not to stay, there have been several players who've gone over and come back. It's a very different culture. I wouldn't blame them at all. I wouldn't even see that as a failure at all. I don't like it when people say, like, "Oh, he couldn't handle Korea." No, man, it's hard to handle Korea. They eat kimchi all the time. That stuff's spicy. So
True, it is. Well, let's wish them the best of luck. It's still very encouraging for us
absolutely.
hardcore StarCraft lovers to see that some of us make it over there, and maybe even we get to see them on TV. It would be great. Certainly the best of luck, and personally I must say it's great to see a foreign Zerg in the country for finally. That makes me very happy. But before we round this interview off, Cholera, I thought I'd ask you, and I think I know, because I watched a lot of your commentaries and you have disclosed it before, but many listeners here will wonder why you've chosen to name yourself after a horrible disease. Could you tell us why?
All right, one more time. I will. It is from the game Oregon Trail, an excellent educational game. No, not really, but it's a great game on the Apple IIe from God knows when, and you could die of various things, and it would just tell you a little message along with making some beeps on the computer speaker. I don't mean speaker, I'm talking about like the beeping sounds from inside your desktop tower.
Old school.
Like something like that, and it'd be like, whatever name you typed in, John has died of dysentery, John has died of cholera, John has died of a broken leg. How do you even die of a broken leg? I don't know. I guess he just, yeah, and that's it. It's just an amusing image. You have died of cholera is something you can happen to you. So cholera is just the funniest one. I don't know why it's the funniest one. You died of cholera. Couldn't fit in YouTube. It's too long. So I just put myself as cholera.
And such was history.
Guess so.
Well, I hope that clears everything up, everybody. It's obvious, really, when you think about it. Well, let me ask you, Cholera, do you have any final shout-outs or famous last words, rants, backstabbings, yukings you'd like to share with the world?
Thank you, Europe. I'm going to say Europe, or thank you, world, for giving Obama the Nobel Peace Prize. Woo!
Go Norway.
And just trying to think of any famous last words.
You know your history, you can blag something.
I'm thinking of a great one. What was it again? I just gotta get it exactly. When Schlieffen died, the mastermind of the Schlieffen plan to invade France, his last words were, strengthen the right flank. Strengthen the right flank. And they didn't strengthen the right flank, and that's why World War I dragged on. So, there you go. Strengthen the right flank. That's how intense of a general he was. The man died saying that. And some colonel on the right side of the German attack, which was supposed to envelop France, basically the right side was supposed to go south, decided to stop because he was afraid of his flanks being weak, and that's exactly what he said would lose Germany the war, and they did. Not to say I wanted Germany to win, but I'm saying that, Schlieffen had it right. And famous last words, strengthen the right fucking flank. Sorry, excuse me, strengthen the right flank.
I think we keep that in actually for extra flavor. Well, that was an epic ending indeed. I won't even try to put that into a Starcraft context, but greatness assured, definitely.
That guy was Hyuk's great grandfather. That's the context. The colonel, the German colonel, Hyuk's great grandfather. Anyway.
That's a disturbing image, but then again, I guess we are into that by now. So finally, Cholera, do you know what games you will be commentating next?
I do. Gonna do a quick series on either Samson Khan versus somebody. No, it's gonna be SKT1 versus CJ Entis, so we can see Hyuk play.
Excellent. By now, well, when you hear this, dear listener, that will probably be out, and I'll make sure to link to it in the sidebar. Now, let me thank Cholera for taking his time off his busy commentating and law school on the side to do this interview. It's been a pleasure. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Sebastian, and all the listeners and Polygon reVue. I've had a great interview. Thanks for listening for so long.
It's been my pleasure. We both like to talk and listen. Good game to you, Cholera.
GGHL. No re. Don't disconnect. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.